Good afternoon, everybody. Hope you're all keeping well on this lovely Friday afternoon. Just getting myself sorted here. At the moment, I don't have any worms, so you will have to excuse. I'll keep on trying to look at the chat to see what's going on. Let's see who's in. Take this back up to the top. I know Darren was in first. Sid's in. Colin's in. Hiya, Colin. Obviously, Darren's in. Terry Bartlett from Plymouth. Peter Corcoran. Sid. I think I've said Sid. Chris Dodds. Bear with me as I go down. Dave Gatton. Morning, Dave. Robert Dolman. Hi, Bob. Patrick Hanley. Ruby's in. Afternoon, Ruby. Or good morning, I should say. Eric Winkler. Keep on going down. Greg Alexander. J.S. Cabin. Doug. Hi, Doug. I think that's about it up to now. Yep, that's me at the bottom of the list. So, what we're doing today. Oh, first off, top of the chat, there's pinned to the top of the chat, there's a link. That link is to Steve SK Crafts for his live tonight, where he's got another special guest earworm coming in. No idea who it is. He hasn't told us. He's keeping it a bit of a secret. Thrifty V's just come in, and Jennifer's just come in as well. Good afternoon, everybody. So what am I doing today? Okay, the dreaded C word. It's that day that comes towards the end of the year. I'm a bit of a bar humbug when it comes to it, but people do enjoy making stuff for that time of the year, especially for fairs and things, Christmas fairs. So we're going to have a look just at a couple of few things you can do for that. Paul's just come in. David Woolley's just come in. Ruby is saying she can earworm for me. Hang on a second, Ruby. I will just invite, copy. I'll just get that sent out to you. Bear with me, guys. I'm back again. So that's that done. Amy's in. Andy H is in. Di's in as well. I'll tell you what, I'll send the link out to Di as well. There we go. Right, that's a couple of links sent out. Terry Hoop is in. Terry Bartlett. Just to let Amy know, there is a new Drilly t-shirt coming out, Amy. Right, so here we have it. I've got a small piece of sycamore on the lathe. It's around about 1.5 inches wide by around about 4 inches long. And the first thing I'm going to do is a tree. Stick my YouTube chat back up. Right, using the skew, I'm turning it around about 1500. I'm just going to get this rounded off. Still a little bit of a flat on there. Steve Cassidy saying the drilly t-shirt needs a comma between the jerkin and man. You jerkin man. No, it's all one phrase. Right, so I'll mark off where the various component parts are going to be. So that'll be the bottom of the tree. That'll be the stem. That'll be the bottom of the barrel. Move the tailstock out the way. Just keeping an eye on the chat. Let's take this down to a point. There we go. Now what people do say is that you should never go uphill when you're using a skew. Oh, there's Ruby. Hiya, Ruby.
Good morning. Don't mind that I'm still in my pajamas.
I don't mind. You be comfortable in what you're wearing. Like I was saying, people say you shouldn't go using a skew. But to get the effect on this, you've really got to go uphill. So here we go. I suppose it's not really going uphill, I'm going straight across.
Can your camera zoom in at all, Wayne?
I'm on the zoom now. Do you want it in further?
I think people could see the skew on the wood if it were.
Right, okay. And let's just move that across there like that. How's that?
That's much better, thanks.
No bother, no bother. Slow that down. So you can see it makes a bit of a mess, but that's the type of thing we're after. So everything starts ripping up. And then what you do is I'll just lower the tool rest down a wee bit. Oh, here's JP. Hi, JP.
What are you doing?
Right, so lower the tool rest down. And I'm going to go in with the parting tool now just to make the stem.
How is everybody?
Very well.
We're well,
You good?
GP.
Awesome. How are you? You good, Ruby? Yeah. Sorry, I'm a little bit late. I've been helping my cousin, weirdly enough, teaching English. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the post you put on this morning.
Yeah. So, all good. All good. I'm here now. Dale's backstage as well, mate.
Okay.
Good morning, Dale.
There we go. Right, so what I'm going to do now is just form the barrel. So I'm going to pop the tool rest back up again.
Roll out the barrel.
Because trees do tend to sit in barrels at that time of the year.
We got a stand.
Is it a
I'm
long
gonna-
stand?
I'm grand. I'm grand, Ruby. How are you?
Fine, thanks.
Would that one be a half barrel, Wayne?
Yeah. There we go.
Can I just mention I've got a yum yum?
Well, you can mention it. I don't know if anybody would be interested, but you can certainly mention it.
Oh, I'm interested. My diabetes isn't, but I am.
Let's see, a couple of brushes.
I've got a lovely call today from Auntie Valerie and Auntie Valerie's husband. Well, it's actually more of a tease. They told me they were going to ask me and stuff.
All right. Right, so we're going to paint this, well, stain it, using intrinsic colours, forest green for the tree.
Would it not be easier to airbrush it on, Wayne?
It would, but I can't be bothered swapping over the colours.
Oh, okay.
And this takes more time.
I fancy watching you do some brushing for an hour.
I'm glad you finished that sentence, mate. It was the opening gambit of "I fancy you." I thought, well, wait a minute, that might be a bit worrying.
You had me worried.
A few extra syllables makes all the difference, eh?
The time you really need to get worried about JP is when you're in a chat and his head goes down. That's the time to get worried.
Or when I go quiet.
Or when he goes quiet, yeah.
There's a smile that spreads across his face in that position. It looks like he's got hives, but it turns out.
Darren Callison says, "Smash that like button, folks." Totally agree with you, Darren.
Right, and for the
Rex is pointing out it looks like it needs a little more on the camera side of your tree.
While we're having some fun with syllables, it's case of what that looks like is it needs a little more on. Is what I had for that conversation.
He's got some.
the side of that.
Person putting it on.
Hey,
Doug Miller says JP has a way of folk worry. Don't worry, be happy.
has anyone asked Amy how her knee is?
Not yet.
How
Amy.
what is?
How's your knee?
My knee?
No, Amy.
Oh, sorry, Amy.
You can tell us how your knee is if you like, Jamie. I mean,
My knee's fine. It's my ankle that's giving me jip.
young Barry is in. He says, "Have you set fire to the workshop yet?" No, he doesn't. He actually says, "Afternoon all." Hold up, Wayne.
There's no electronic lights on it.
Right. The lights.
No,
Go down. Right, I need a different paintbrush. Need a pointy paintbrush. Right. So that was Intrinsic's green and brown, and I'll just give that a spray with some sand and sealer just to seal it. and then we'll put some coloured lights on the tree.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
Amy says, "LOL, my knee is the same. Got an appointment with my GP on Monday to organise an MRI, etc. In the meantime, do a DIY." How did that cake turn out the other day, Amy? It looked very nice.
I think it went in about 3 seconds.
On Mixie.
I haven't used these iridescents from Chestnut for quite a while, so they're a bit... That's better.
They're a bit painty. Do you name any of your tools, Ruby?
No, actually, I haven't.
That's fair enough. Wayne's got a whole stage full of them here. I'm looking at it.
I've noticed that. My problem is I have so many of them that I'd run out of names.
Oh, you just add a Y to the end of each of it.
Maybe I need you to come over and just name them all for me.
I can do, yeah. I could do that. Canada's on the list at some point.
Well, right now, getting in and out of countries is a little challenging.
Yeah, and it just.
Can I make a suggestion, Wayne?
Yep.
Sometimes instead of using the brush end of a paintbrush, I use the other end for creating the dots.
That's a good idea.
And it tends to give you nice round ones.
It might help if this hand had stopped shaking.
Well, I can't help you with that.
Ah, Robbo says all his lathes have names. You can write the names in the chat if you like, Robbo. Remember it's a PG show though.
There we go. Right, now obviously I'm just showing people different things here. You'll be taking your time over it when you do it, so you'll probably get a hell of a lot better effect.
Rex B says, how many coats of poly does it take to get a decent shine typically? He's on his second coat so far.
I'm not sure.
Are you brushing or spraying? Are you brushing it on or spraying it on? I mean, I've got a range of tools that have the openings, that have the phrase "aya" and "ouch."
Yeah.
Followed by "yawi" at the end of it.
There you are, little tree.
Nice.
Now you can make these out of a whole variety of different woods, if you want to, different sizes. Oh, that's typical. I've put me blank. Oh, there they are.
Now, Darren was saying, bugger Mexi, we Aussies use giant drillies with paint stirrers to make cakes. I think he's trying to indicate he's inviting us all over for cake.
Oh,
that sounds like a good idea. That sounds like a plan. Apparently, Robbo's big lathe is called Henry. See, ends in a Y.
Jamie.
That lathe is big.
Yes, Dale.
Doesn't end in a Y. Jamie.
It could do.
Hashtag just saying.
It could do.
Jamesy. Need to remember Wayne. He's got to spend the whole week getting called Jamesy when he's up north.
You could just call me Jamie.
No.
People
Call you
might think
Jamesy.
it ends in a Y.
No. Just call you Jamesy. That'd be funny.
James. Benjamin says, Wayne, hey Wayne, do a palm tree.
Not today.
If he holds it in his hand, will it be a palm tree?
There we are. Right, mark in for the hat first. This will be a snowman type thing.
Rob Miller, not Rob Miller, David Miller's in, sorry. Says, good afternoon, everyone.
Is she making a gazunda?
No.
A spittoon?
Oh, I know what he's making.
I'm walking in the air.
Darren, if I ever get down your way, I'll definitely check out your angel food cake.
Let's take that down a wee bit first.
Spider Pid says, my lathe is called Tony. Tony one I've got.
Have you figured it out yet, JP?
What's that?
What he's making?
A snowman.
It's what it looks like to me, but it might be a snow lady. He might surprise you, you know.
You never can tell.
You never know. It might not have snowballs.
In answer to Rex's question about trying to get a shiny finish, he did a sanding sealer, then a poly, and a second coat. I found sometimes with poly you have to put 3 or 4 or more coats on depending on the wood and how much it absorbs the finish.
Yeah. Would you cut it back with like a 400 or something like that, or maybe even higher?
Sometimes.
Yeah. Malcolm Douglas is in, Wayne. He says, afternoon all.
Afternoon,
Sorry I'm
Malcolm.
late.
Di says, sorry I've not jumped in. He's fielding a few phone calls.
No problem, Di. Totally understandable.
Pete from Twisted Tree says, question, is that a 2-ball snowman or one of them odd 3-ball ones?
It could possibly be either.
It's got a nice shape to it.
Yes, it does.
Now, if you want to see real real well-designed snowmen, go across and see if you can find anything by Holly Denny, because she tends to be the one that does all the really good designs for snowmen.
She's been on TV because of her snowmen.
I'm not very sure if she's got a YouTube channel. I usually find her by
No, she
looking at
hasn't. She's been on Instagram.
yeah, but I find her by looking at some of the wood turning clubs from over in the States. When she's been demoing there, they've actually they've recorded it, so sometimes that comes up on YouTube.
I want to say she's got a Facebook page because she did invite me to it at one point.
Rex is asking if I'll be attending SWAT, and I'm afraid I won't, Rex, because SWAT's in the U.S. and I'm still banned from the U.S. It was really bad. I taught a wood turning class over there.
Yeah.
And besides that, our borders are still closed.
Ruby went rogue.
Yeah.
That'd make a good movie, that would.
Adam's saying that your snowman needs some tails to go with that top hat.
Need some what?
Tails.
Oh, right. Top hat and tails, yeah.
Actually, the way that's shaped, you could very easily color it in to look like he has tails.
Yeah,
Just turn him into a penguin.
Actually, this is a good time to be doing snowmen and trees and stuff like that, because Christmas isn't really that far off.
And it means you can build up an inventory.
Right.
Yeah, I said this to Wayne the other day. I said, you're a bit early and you're a bit keen, and then he explained why, and I was like, oh, I didn't think of that.
Yes, Rex, if you have tails for a man, you could make a gown, make that into a gown for a lady. Now, Ben's got a really good suggestion. He says you could drill a hole all the way through it and make it a light pole. You know, for those people that like
you
to have
could.
Light poles.
All right, bear with me a minute.
That's a really good idea, Ben. Matt Wackery has joined us.
Hi, Matt.
Hello, Matt.
Okay.
That's the Peter Charles one, isn't it, Wayne?
It is, yeah. It's Peter Child won this one.
I want to say I heard that they're bringing out new tips for that, a bit like razor tip.
All right.
I don't know how true that is.
Now, are you going to put a band on his hat as well?
I wasn't planning. Well, yeah, I could do.
And a scarf.
No, Paula does my scarves.
Yeah, just get a bit of fabric.
Yeah, Paula, in fact, no, she crochets them. Let's see. Let's put a...
You could do it just with a wire.
That's what I'm doing. Oh, you mean the scarf?
I'm going to get a
No,
drink of
no,
water.
the band.
Yeah.
You know what I like about that technique of creating a black line with the wire is that when you show it to a fairly new turner, the look of amazement on their face is priceless.
There we go. Now, I haven't put any finish on this. Little snowman.
Oh, yeah.
That's a cute little snowman.
Very cool.
The reason for not putting a finish on is that people can buy them for kids and things, and then the kids can go away and paint them.
That's a good
There you
idea.
go.
That's kids of all ages, right?
Yep. Kids of all ages.
What's next on the festive turning then, Wayne?
Right. Next one is going to be
Nothing.
an ornament.
Oh, I was waiting for you to say it was a reindeer.
No. And I'm not that good on a bandsaw either, Ruby.
It's the story of the last 2 fucking years. Shut up.
They're not actually as difficult as you think.
Dale, are you whispering to yourself?
I'm shouting at somebody else on the phone, mate. Sorry.
All right.
Eric's off to work. Bye, Eric.
See you, Eric. Thanks for coming in.
Eric.
Now, Amy's got another good idea. She suggests making a mini 10-pin bowling set of snowmen with a matching mini bowling ball.
Funnily enough, when was it? A couple of years ago, I was doing a Christmas fair, and somebody actually thought when I had the snowmen out, that's what you thought they were. Now, with these ornaments, you can make these ornaments in 1 piece, you can make them in 2 piece, you can make them in 3 piece. I'm going to try and do a 3-piece one here. You can basically do these out of any wood you like. This happens to be cedar. I can tell because of the smell. In fact, I'll part that off.
People shouted it. All done.
All done. Right. I'll just mark off where this is going to go. Using the wrong skew.
Mark just sent me a message that he's having trouble getting YouTube to load on his computer.
All right, okay.
Yeah, YouTube was playing up last night, apparently. Not for me, it wasn't, but apparently it was.
Oh, there it is. Just getting a different spindle gouge.
I think I've only ever turned 2 Christmas ornaments in my time. One of them was out of Pat Lap's beard.
Now, what I should have done was taken that across flatter. Because what you tend to do with these ones, this is going to be the top of the ornament. So you need to have a flat on the top so you can actually put one of the small brass rings in there so it can get hung.
Yeah. Barry from Real Simple Things. He's having fish supper for lunch.
Oh, nice one, Barry.
Not a Clasperoni's pizza, though. You have to come over here one day, Ruby, and have a Clasperoni's pizza. Or go to Scotland, shall I say.
I'll have to try that.
That's one of Wayne's signature pizzas, that is.
Yeah, I've heard a few things about it, that they're pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Understatement, that is. Understatement.
I was trying to plan out when I'm headed for England next, and unfortunately, I don't know what the requirements are for getting into the country at this time.
They've just started relaxing travel restrictions from the US and Canada, I think.
Well, if you get yourself a little shoebox or a little dinghy, they seem to be letting all of them in.
Right, I need to measure this.
Darren says, I made a mean pizza too. Hey, are we on SK Crafts? It usually winds up about cooking in the chat.
Boy, you're pretty handy, Darren. Pizza, cake.
I know, right?
Can't wait to visit.
What size is that? Probably about 8 mil.
I need to clean my glasses off. I'm trying to look around the dust at some of my glasses. It's not working anymore.
Thinking of that, I found one hazard from turning I never expected. The dust that comes off the machines and that can get into your eyes and cause dry eyes.
Yeah.
All right.
And that can really affect your vision.
I've only got one eye that works properly anyway.
Well, you better look after the one then.
Yeah.
Nearly there.
Oh, I can hear my dad singing in there.
Now,
Oh,
how
Christ.
far are you making that down to, Wayne?
I'm making this down to 8 mil. That'll do. And then I'll part this off. In fact, it might help if I do a bit of sanding on this first.
Darren says he always puts eye drops in before he does any turning. And that's a really good idea.
Yeah, there you go.
Chris Dodds, Amy had said that Darren also makes good salads. And then Chris Dodds came back with, "You would be a catch, Darren, except for the beard." Well, I don't know, Chris. Beards are kind of nice. It depends on how they're trimmed up.
Well, that means mine's rotten then, because I don't trim mine.
Well, maybe you'll get a pair of scissors for Christmas.
They'll end up in the workshop, Ruby.
John Scarborough has just joined us.
Hey, John.
Good morning, John. Robo says that his beard is feral as well.
I just put some Yorkshire grit on this. Oh, I've just knocked the camera.
Oh, yeah.
That's okay. It was still in place. We could see what you were doing. Darren says scissors always come in handy for cutting up sandpaper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have one pair for sandpaper and then a separate pair for fabric.
And it's the best way of
Use the fabric scissors in this house, you get shot.
the best way of sharpening scissors is to cut up a brace of paper.
Or aluminium foil.
And it's just a bit of microcrystalline wax that I'm putting on to finish off with.
John Scarborough is asking, what are you making today, Wayne?
Right, I'll quickly show you what I've already done, John. Mind you, no, I won't, because I've put them down. I can't find them. So I've done a small tree, and I've done a snowman. And now I'm doing an ornament. So I'm going to part this off. Using my small parting tool. There we go. Pop that over. Oh, you didn't see that. Sorry, I forgot to use the camera. All I did was part that off there. And now what I'm going to do is just make hopefully something that looks a bit spherical.
Steady on, girl. Spherical, you say?
Spherical.
Oh,
Spherical, you're joking, man.
I was.
Start.
Spherical. That's a bit ballsy of you.
Well, mate, you were nearly, you're kind of, I was going to say, well, that could be, I mean, it's like, are they like properly spherical, diameter, diameter is the same in any measure, in any direction you measure, or is it going to be?
No, it's going to be roughly.
Okay.
He's getting very testy.
Careful now. You're wandering. You're dancing around the edge of this now, Mr. Page. I can see where you're headed. I can see where you're going.
Darren says he doesn't steal his wife's fabric scissors. He values his life and his wife.
Buy your own, sir. Buy your own. Buy your own. Folks, there's 54 watching. If you like what Wayne's doing, please hit that thumbs up. If you're not already a subscriber, go on, hit that subscribe button and give that notification bell a bit of a ring. At the top of the chat, we have a link to SK Crafts premiere, or is it show tonight, Wayne?
It's a live show tonight.
The live show this evening at 7:45. And there's also a link down in the description to buy Wayne a coffee, which is really a wine, but it's pretending to be a coffee, but it's really a wine. If you like what Wayne's doing and you're enjoying his shows, you know, Wayne puts a lot of energy and effort into them. So if you wouldn't mind buying the man a coffee, that would go down splendid. And you can have a glass of red grape-based coffee, and you'll have said thank you at the same time.
Speaking of live shows, the next Virtual Craft Festival date has been arranged. That will be arranged for the 18th of September.
Return to September.
If anybody's interested in partaking in it, feel free to get in contact with Dale or myself, and we shall try and get you on the show. We'll try and get you slotted in. That'd be a good way of putting it. There's not many spaces left.
No.
So be quick. They're going fast.
Ruby, would you like to be on the
Ruby?
Virtual Craft Festival?
I would, but I don't have a camera set up.
Do we know anyone who can help?
Yeah, Rob.
Mr. Summerland, I think.
Mr. Summerlin could help.
I'll have to get a hold of
Mr. Summerlin could potentially be on there as well.
I'll have to get a hold of him and talk about it. He's
Cool.
back at work these days,
Ah,
so it makes him a little difficult to get a hold of.
Let's say we'll put you down for maybe.
yeah. We've got a couple of months anyway. So
Benjamin says he'll be your camera guy, Ruby.
Oh, that'd be great.
I think he's in the UK though, Ben. I might be wrong.
you got to pay for his ticket to Canada.
That or I'll have to come over to his place.
Right, so I've turned the speed down to around about 500. I'm drilling an 8mm hole through this. Now, like I was saying earlier on, you don't have to hollow these out. You can just have these so they're solid. It makes them a bit heavy to hang on a tree. So they do look better they do hang better when they're hollowed out. You can put different designs on them. You can paint them, use the Joe Sonia's iridescence, things like this, just to make them look that little bit better.
Sparkly paint, dip them and drip them.
What would the approximate diameter of that sphere be?
Small.
About hang on, I'll just measure it once I've drilled through.
Like
And I'm
you-
drilling
Say a finger on it, Wayne.
all the way through this.
I reckon that's 2.5 inch.
No, not anywhere near.
maybe 2 inches. I was thinking.
Inch and a
Couldn't
half.
see his couldn't see his knuckles.
Inch and a half.
Inch and a half.
Yeah.
That's a
Must
good
be.
way to use up scraps of wood.
Yeah.
Put them in the fire.
So we've got the top finial done. I'm now going to. I know time's getting on a bit, but we'll have a bit play. See if I can hollow some of this out.
Are you going to do a finial?
I am going to do a finial for the bottom. Yes.
Oh. So it's a proper dangler.
Oh yeah. Aha.
Wayne, Darren would like to know: is the coffee red or white?
The coffee is red.
It's always red.
Okay.
It's
So
always red.
I'm going to be a little bit pedantic here. How comes you have wine flavoured coffee?
I don't. I have wine flavoured wine and coffee flavoured coffee.
Oh, good one.
Is it sweet or dry coffee?
Is your coffee in a box or from a carton?
I haven't had, to tell you the truth, I haven't had
Jar.
wine out of a box for ages.
Lionel has joined us.
Hello, Lionel.
Hey, Lionel.
I think I'll be better with the small swan neck rather than using that one. Although I don't think I'll get this one in either. We'll have a go.
Pete from Twisted Tree says, I use a 6mm tenon on top and a 14mm on the bottom because it's easy to hide and reduces weight. Can even further hollow through a 14mm.
Amy
Okay.
DeAngelis is inquiring: is the coffee crisp with a mellow aftertaste?
Well, funny you should say that, Amy, because I shoved something into one of the group chats this morning. Was something like that, which I thought was particularly funny.
Bailey Woodworks has joined us.
Hi, Bailey.
Now, if I had a live channel like this, I'd have to have buy me a tea.
Yeah, there you go.
Would the
The
tea
only
be would the tea be quite nice and mellow with a crisp asper taste?
Hmm.
Hmm.
It would probably go good with a little bit of apricot brandy inside.
I'm thinking just, go for something that looks like tea, basically whiskey.
No, I wouldn't be able to do that. I'm afraid I'm allergic to hard alcohol.
Wow.
So am
So
I.
that makes me a cheap date.
Note. Note, Ruby's a cheap date. Make sure it's, a double.
Right, so I've already done that. Put some sand and sealer on this. I think I'll just keep this one plain. Everybody's seen me colour, they know what I do when I colour, so.
Yeah. For the record, I think Jamie's a cheaper date. I think he's only one whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, but it's a miniature.
Yeah, true.
And if you really want to be pedantic about these things, you can actually do these by measuring up in the thirds type of thing. Made that whole far too, but how the hell did that happen?
Are you joking, man?
Well, it's not to worry, it'll still go. It'll still stick.
Now, Ben was asking if Canadian American tea is what it's like, or if we just import Tetley's in Yorkshire. And we do have a lot of British teas over here. Our red rose is like your builder's tea. And yes, Amy, I do like flavored teas.
I must have widened that top when I was hollowing it out. That's what happened.
Completely
must have, mate.
non-wood turning related. Starship SN20 has now been mated to booster number 4, so the full stack is on the pad.
So we can expect launch sometime this month then.
We can expect them to do a bit of blasting, I think.
Jennifer says she used to drink Bailey's Tia Maria and vodka in a pint glass, but can't do that anymore.
Jennifer, you are an absolute legend. My God, look at that! You know, it's a shame you can't do it anymore, but that's legendary consumption, young lady.
Yeah. We should make Jen a sign that just says legend.
That's near. That's getting close to being a Black Russian. That is close,
It
nowhere
is.
near. But
It is. But
Yeah.
you know,
We should make her a sign saying the dudette. I know he drinks White Russians, the dude.
he's a white Russian. Yeah.
We should make Jen a sign saying the dudette.
Reminds me, I've got some Kahlua.
Chris says the tea is good as long as you can stand a spoon up and up. And Malcolm's got to go. He's got to take his wife to the optician. Bye, Malcolm.
Eldest T
See
is
you,
there.
Malcolm.
See you later, Malcolm. Andy H is complaining that you're still not Luke's father. Wayne. Standard NATO tea, white with 2, says Terry Hooper.
yeah,
A lot of my uncles have that. My dad used to.
Brewed in a naffy.
My dad likes his tea set, comes out like treacle. You leave the tea bag in there for about a week.
right. I'm just going to take this down to a point. Oh, there's bits jumping off this. Let's see if there's any cracks at this end. No, must have
It's
must
still
have
a cedar, is it?
Yeah, it's still cedar. It's all from the same piece.
I bet it smells lovely.
It does. Oh, that was another bit came off.
Karen Dolman says, Mum would give me milky Ovaltine when I was sick. I haven't had Ovaltine for years.
I don't think I've ever had it.
We have Ovaltine, or Jane does, quite often as an afternoon drink.
If I was ever ill, I used to get a slap and get told to shut up.
We always got you Lucasade.
Every single day before, when we went to school, we used to get a packet of chewing gum and a packet of, remember the tunes?
Yeah.
We used to get, me and my sister used to get a packet of them.
And a bucket of Vindaloo.
Nah. Me, mum, me, dad, and me grandma are off to Waterloo.
Darren's saying that you're almost at robo speed there, Wayne.
Cheers.
I don't need a gouge. I've got a donk.
Right.
I remember we used to have Lucas Aid every time we used to come home from the park after playing football. Every Sunday. I find that Lucas says like an Englishman's poor excuse of an iron brew.
No, Lucas Aid is a different beastie at all. Once upon a time,
No.
most of Lucas Aid used to get made in Scotland. Too. No. Lucas Aid is lush. It is exactly what you need when you want a sugar rush, laced with glucose. Or it's exactly what you need to give Jamie if you want him to go to sleep.
Yeah, big time. I used to drink a lot of them when I was a kid. Probably why I got diabetes now. Amy says no, iron brew is fruitier.
Iron brew, fruitier. Okay. And Jamin's all for the Vimto.
And Robo says hot milk cocoa at 4 a.m. after sentry duty on a cold night was the best.
I could
I
get
think
behind that.
I'd go with that.
Yeah, I could get
I
behind that.
can't imagine Robbo sitting
Yeah.
down with hot cocoa.
Oh, I could imagine him doing that. He's the right vintage.
I just imagine Robbo sitting down trying to drink a cup of rocks or something like that.
It's always fun watching the countries that are part of the Five Eyes, because we all drink and eat the same stuff. We all spell stuff the same way. New Zealand, Canada, the UK, and Oz.
Yeah.
There's a distinct similarity there.
Mm. The easiest way to work it out is you say to someone, aluminum or aluminium. And that usually sorts it out.
And Marmite and Vegemite.
Or Caribbean or Caribbean.
That's it.
Tomatoes.
Oh, I'm not sure about either of those. I intend those far too
John Scarborough was asking, is it me or does the picture keep freezing?
It's a bandwidth issue, John.
Mine does a little bit too, so I think it might be the weather here.
I think it's actually Wayne's. I think his bandwidth's he's a bit saturated when his bandwidth coming through. So
Yeah, it'll be me. Don't worry about it.
Amy, it's vase. There's no vase in this world. Yes.
Worcestershire sauce.
Sama?
Or Worcester sauce, however you want to say it.
Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire sauce.
Aye.
Yorkshire grit. HP sauce is
I'll
awesome.
tell you what, while I'm standing here.
Oh, Harry. Pasta sauce, Harry. Back in the day, we got off Frank Bruno advertising it.
Hmm.
Or as Steve says, Yorkshire grit. Yorkshire grit. Yeah, he does, yeah. I've noticed that. SK says Yorkshire grit.
Steve pronounces everything wrong, though. That's because in Norfolk they've still got 6 fingers.
He's got webbed lips. I might have put the blame on something else onto Steve the other day, actually. Glyn said that he lost his thickness planer and it's in his box somewhere. So I said, yeah, SK's got it.
Real simple thing says he's got to go back to work. Cheers, guys.
See you later,
Take it
Barry.
easy.
Cheers, Barry. Thanks for coming in.
My buddy.
Le Barry. Some people say Le Barry, some people just say Barry.
The buzzer.
Wood Dude is in.
Andy
Hey,
H says Loughborough always seems to.
Hi, Stephen.
The Wood Dude is in.
Part and two.
Ecclefechan is the one that does it up our way.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're doing those, Wayne, because looking around, I'm realizing I don't have any Christmas ornaments left.
There's a question out there from Ben for you, Ruby.
Oh dear. I would say Loughborough. I don't know how else someone
Without
else
looking at the chart,
It's Loughborough.
without looking at the chart, it's Loughborough.
Yeah. It's up
Okay.
near Cambridge, isn't it? If I'm not
Down
mistaken.
that area, I think. Right, that's not done. Just have a look at this, see if this is. Yep, that's stuck.
Now you
That
guys
looks
do
about
realize
the right
that
size.
the main reason I listen to you in the mornings and that is to keep my ear tuned to your version of English so that when I get over there I can understand what people are saying.
I listen to Dale to keep track with English.
No. What you've got to do is you've got to look at that sentence for a moment. Our version of English, where I think, Jamie, this is really it's your English, so it's English, and mine and yours, Ruby, are versions of English. Jamie's the original. He's the real deal, and we're all interpretations of it.
Well, interestingly enough, when I was in France, I said to our instructor, we had this one chap in the class, I said to him, I can't understand a word that he's saying. And he was speaking in French. And the instructor, who's French, said to me, don't worry about it because I can't understand him either. Apparently, he was from the south of France near Marseille, and they have a very strong accent.
Right then, guys, here we go.
Glaswegians of Saint France.
So, first one was the small tree. Again, you can do these any size, different designs, whatever. And then we had the wee snowman. And now we have the Christmas ornament.
That's
Nice,
great,
mate.
Wayne. You did a lovely job.
It
Very
looks.
nice.
I've got to say these do look a lot better with the ball part of the ornament coloured. I think anyway. And you can do these. They don't have to be necessarily spherical. You can do them in the long oval shape. You can do them in more of a flatter shape and things like this. There we are.
You could even leave that bit cubed, couldn't you?
You could leave that bit cubed as well. Yeah.
The sphere one color and the coves and the stem painted black would look quite good.
Yes. Yeah. So you can do just about anything with these things. I just thought I'd put them in, seeing as how that time of the year is approaching.
August, man. You're joking, man. It's August.
No, but people need to get stock together to do the fairs and things. Because certainly the trees and the snowmen, they'll just rush out. They do. The ornaments depend on how you price them, how big you make them, how fancy you do them. The thing with the ornaments is there tends to be something that people will pack away very carefully, and you can also use these. This obviously makes a bigger ornament, but take that piece out. Use these. These make a bigger ornament, so you have the bottom finial coming down here, the top finial just glued on top, and you can get the threaded LED lights that go in. Right? If anybody's after any of those kits, Emma, the Tiny Turner, she sells them. You'll find her on Facebook. Not so much on Instagram, I don't think. She's on YouTube as well, though. But if you look up the Tiny Turner, I'm sure she's got a website where you can actually buy these from as well to do Christmas baubles or ornaments or whatever it is you want to call them. Right, I'll bring the guys in so we can... There we go. So we've got... Oh, have you seen that? What Jimmy... Trying to highlight his thing there.
For now.
Ben is asking how much you would charge for an ornament, as they're more time consuming.
Right, for an ornament, I'd usually charge about £20, £25, because this was done quick.
Now, Jamie, did you make those?
Yeah.
They look pretty good.
It's all right, isn't it?
That'll be winging its way to my house sometime next week.
Along with a Clasperoni's pizza.
Clasperoni's pizza. That name came about a few years ago. A couple of my nieces were coming up for the weekend with partners and things, so I thought I'd do them pizza because I've got a wood-fired pizza oven. And I ordered pizza boxes off the internet so we could get them served up properly. And I came up with Clasperoni's pizza and put some logos and stuff on. So that's where that came from.
And I done a fire extinguisher for Auntie Valerie because she can't cook.
Oh, that's cute. I like that.
So there we go. Right, guys, I'm off to get a bit of lunch. Thanks very much for coming along. Thanks to Ruby and Dale and JP for coming in and being my earworms. And I'll be certainly watching Steve tonight. I don't know if I'm earworming, but I'll certainly be watching, so I'll probably see some of you there. So I'm going to press the button now.